We are picking up a miniature castle that the YouTube channel Nerdforge made with 30,000 bricks. Then William is going to scan the castle and stitch it to become a 3D castle in Unreal Engine. And then we are using visual production to place Martina from Nerdforge into her own castle.
Oh my god!
And it doesn't stop there. Aaron will build the real-size bricks from the castle and place it in our studio to make the shots more credible. This is gonna be crazy, so stay tuned. Okay, we are heading towards Nerdforge and their new studio. We're gonna pick up the castle. I'm looking forward to see their studio. It's the first time I've been there. They have this old barn. That's their studio. That's cool.
Hallo!
Hei!
Hei! Kom inn!
Takk, takk.
Han elsker mennesker. Når jeg går ned.
Yeah, this is our new studio. New, it's been a year now, but
Fairly new, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, that's the stage
backdrop.
basically.
It feels nice to have this as the backdrop, just like the proper fantasy setting, yeah. Okay guys, kära by the way. About 3 years ago, I made this castle using about 2,500 bricks. And you know, it sounds like a lot, right? But what about 25,000 or 30,000 or 50,000 bricks?
We collaborated on a sci-fi, no, not sci-fi, fantasy movie called Distance. And that's when they made the chests.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's at the back there.
I saw it, yeah.
This is where we kind of stay because it's warm and nice. But we also have like a warehouse part where we have our projects basically. Because we can take a lot of like different kinds of shots here. We can make it all dark and we can isolate. So we try to keep it like uncluttered so we can use most of the space.
And then, wow. How much time did you use to make this? I haven't seen the whole video, but...
I think it was like 3 weeks with both of us, sitting just gluing every individual bricks. I haven't done a lot of brickwork after that one.
It's like trauma.
Yeah, it's like when you do 35,000 you get it together kind of.
Yeah. Because William Faucher, gonna like scan it in high resolution, like all the details. And we can film, for example, you with the armor and placing you somewhere.
So cool.
We would just move in Unreal Engine, move the whole castle because it's been scanned, and we can move it so it's actually looks like in the background that you are standing there. And then we have a set designer called Aaron who can make, for example, these things in real size in the studio.
That's awesome.
So you can lean over something.
Nice! Oh, that'd be so cool!
This is just an ambitious project.
That's basically how we start all our projects.
Yeah.
We don't know how, but it should work.
Probably it's gonna be fine.
Oh, this is huge. They're really nice. They're super detailed. They're incredible, but they feel super fragile. I'm afraid of just lifting them. Feels unsafe. Do you have it?
Yeah.
Go, yeah, a little bit on the side. I think it's too big. No, it's 2 centimeters too wide. Okay, we got it.
Good. Okay, William, we have the castle here.
Yes.
The idea is like to scan this.
Yeah.
How do you do this?
So we'll be using what is called a cross polarization rig. I'm using a ring flash to make sure that the lighting is always even, very consistent, always the same, so we get a perfect color from the texture in a 3D model. Then we're also using 2 polarizing filters, one on the flash and one on the lens itself. So what this does is it completely cuts out any reflections, which means you get the actual pure color information that is painted on the castle.
Because then you can always add reflections and light, shadows.
The ability to relight everything in Unreal later.
Is it easy to add some torches or something?
Absolutely. 2-3 minutes.
2-3 minutes. Okay, so when you scan this, put it in Unreal, you can like modify things, add things, and the lights from the torches will affect the light on the scan.
Yeah. So lighting's easy.
Can you do this with your phone? I've seen that there's some apps or something.
You can do it on your phone. Depending on the lighting around it, you're going to get shadows that are kind of baked into the textures. The detail is not going to be quite as high resolution because it all depends on the resolution of your sensor.
And you're using a Nikon?
A Nikon D800 with my trusty workhorse at 36 megapixels. So it's not the highest, but it's for a 10-year-old camera, it's holds its own. So.
So in the last virtual production video we did, you can kind of see that it was lower contrast, like the black point was moved up on the projector. So we're trying to paint the Sakurama to a gray color so that we'll get a lower black point, and that maybe hopefully blend together better with the character in front.
So this is going to be the second time we try Witcher production in our studio. The last time we made a video with William as well, where we used Witcher production to make it look like we were looking out into the forest from a living room. If you haven't seen that video, here's a quick explanation on why Witcher production is so cool. So by using Witcher production, you can make a dynamic background, which means when you move the camera, the background knows where the camera is, so the perspective gets right. Normally, if you have a flat background, the perspective in the image won't change depending on where the camera is. By using Witcher production, your computer understands where the camera is, so it actually changes the perspective in the background and make it look like you are actually a part of the background.
So now we painted a little bit gray, so that you can see the white point becomes quite a lot lower. But if I pull on some black, you can see that the black point is a lot darker. So this is what it would be on white, and this is on gray. And this is the white point on white and the white point on gray. So everything goes down, but I think for our use case, it's better to have a good black point rather than a perfect white point. And we can pull that up in post.
So today we're gonna prepare for tomorrow, and Johannes, you're gonna make sure everything, the technical stuff is working.
The nerdy stuff.
The nerdy stuff. Yeah. William has scanned the castle. I'm really curious to see how that went. And then Aaron, you're gonna build the set.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, down in the basement, building big bricks to hopefully add to your fake virtual bricks.
Great. Awesome.
A lot more messy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's a good team. I have faith in you. You are experts.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this, a little bit, but the filmmaking part.
We made it work before.
Some of you commented in the previous video that since it was only a window we showed you guys, is it worth like getting all this system running just for a window? So we heard you guys. We're gonna make something bigger now. But we don't know. Maybe it will fail. We'll see. Stay tuned, and let's start working. We have a lot to do.
Alright, so today we're going to be using the wood to build some more solid blocks, and we're going to cover them in this XPS foam, which is the same stuff the castle's made of. And this XPS foam can then be carved and painted to look like the castle, but on a much bigger scale. To be or not to be? That's the question.
So the last time we did this, we didn't have a lot of time, so we were actually not able to set up this correctly, which is like an nDisplay. We were just rendering the whole thing from the viewport. So what it's going to do now to make everything run a little bit smoother is to freeze the frustrum. Nu ska vi frysa frustrummet. So that you don't render everything, you only render what you are seeing in the camera, not everything else. Because we don't have the fastest GPU here. It's a 3090, which is a quite nice GPU, but for this it's okay, but...
Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
So that's the fun thing with projectors. The signal goes directly. So if you're working with like LED displays, you need to have some process. But now when we use a projector, the signal just, you know, goes directly. And that's really important when working with delays and tracking.
You are one of the experts, the few experts on virtual production in Scandinavia, right? There are not that many players in the market. What are you doing?
Where we offer a full service supplier for virtual production. Everything from script breakdowns to, you know, doing photogrammetry and be on the final day, shooting, setting up technical tracking and everything.
You are usually working in a much bigger studio than this. Like, tell me a bit about it.
Yeah, it's called Studio Fares, and it's in Trollhättan, Sweden, also called Trollywood, because we're doing a lot of movies there. But it's huge. It is 24 times 8 meter big. So you use several projectors stitched together. Now we can actually do films that wasn't possible before. We can't afford go to Washington to do that scene. Okay, we bring Washington here and use it as a dynamic backdrop. So as we're doing here, we are using photogrammetry. So we go out and shoot real locations and then bring it to the studio and doing a digital copy of it. You don't need to fly a bunch of people everywhere around the world.
When your clients come to you to do virtual production, what are they shooting?
So often you can imagine it's kind of like, you know, alien, science fiction, crazy shots. But the best thing is, okay, we have this landscape. We can just be flexible and change the day of time. And, you know, I'm talking to producers, and then they can quickly like, okay, we don't want to have that sign there, or we want to change that color of the house. Otherwise, it looks perfect. Okay, great, we fix that and bring it. So it's cool that you can be so flexible. We get so many requests now. Right now it's also a lot of talking to the productions. Yeah. Then you can go through it and you know, okay, this is good for VP, this isn't good for it. So
for our audience, which is most of them are not into virtual production yet, how do you start learning virtual production?
You can just use your TV. That's a good beginning as a backdrop and just starting to play. I mean, that's what I love with Unreal being free, Blender being free. All this software is there. And all this knowledge is also at YouTube available for free. And we are actually also creating at the moment a course that we're giving away also for free. So you can go into vp/nordic.se and you can sign up to be a part of that course.
Yeah. I've seen you use like cinema or much bigger projectors that put out like 4 times as much light as this. But how do you think this is gonna work out?
I mean, we need to use less light overall when we also lighting the actor and everything around. So we just take down the light and using a camera that can handle that, the low lights. That's a good way to come around it.
So maybe we should try to stick with like evening shots and not the brightest shots. Yeah.
But I think we should try daytime.
Okay, we try.
Just to see.
Yes. Let's go!
The biggest challenge for this shoot is the light. We need to light up the person in front of the projector without spilling too much on the projector, because then we'll get low contrast. Yeah, as you can see now, we're pointing it towards the projector. It gets so washed out when we hit the screen. So we need to angle this in the right way. In the storyboard, it's daytime. So we need really, really soft light. I'm gonna use a grid, so the light is more directional. So soft and big, but still a little bit directional. So this is the 600X, so we can do tungsten light or daylight. And we also have the Nova 600Cs in the background. Having a little bit of back light is good as well to blend her into the environment.
I have faith in you. This is gonna be great! A home cinema projector is kind of like 2,000-3,000 lumen. This is
5,000?
Kinda.
And you've been working with
40,000.
These are called flags. So we're gonna place it so it doesn't hit the projected screen, but still hit the person in front of the screen. We need to add molten and black fabric to make sure that the light is not reflecting in the white surface and into the projected screen. It's interesting because when people think about lighting, they think about adding lights. You should also think about removing lights, because everything is light. You won't get the contrasts. So by removing some light, we will see the light. In the darkest time, you see the light. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on. You got this.
Oh. Oh. Okay, so it's loading.
Slowly.
Wow, so already now it looks... So that's the inside.
That's the inside, yeah.
That's the inside scan.
Good work.
Thanks.
Really good.
Really good.
So yeah, there we go. So go closer. Get quite a bit of the brick detail.
Yeah.
Nerdforge, they made this castle. When they see it in 3D,
Yeah.
that they can move around, like look at it. They're gonna be so, how do you say it?
Oh my god!
Do you know what focal length you guys were thinking of using? Roughly.
Like 50 on the crop.
So 75 mil ish?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's perfect. So 75.
Same here. I mean, that's great.
This is gonna be physical, right? This
Yeah.
It's gonna be physical, yeah.
But we will probably not do it out of focus in
Nah.
Unreal. We'll do it just in the
Man.
camera.
Yeah. So I loaded the virtual production template. So
Okay. So we have the plugins needed.
yeah, everything should be there. Just enable whatever you need.
Okay, so let's start setting up nDisplay then.
Okay, Johannes, now we have got the nice scene from William. Now this time we're gonna properly set up virtual production.
Yeah.
Not like last time William and I did it when we were sort of winging it.
Yeah. Okay, so right now we are creating a new nDisplay config.
And that is basically the screen we are projecting on, like the size of the TV you have or the...
Yeah, so the most important thing is that you start measuring what dimensions do you have on your screen.
So our screen is approximately 4 meters by 2.5 meters.
You can copy this one on the location because it's in the middle, the pivot point. So if you take that one and then split it by 2, then it will be on the base.
Yeah.
And then we can just have plus how many from the ground is. Yeah.
And we measured 22 centimeters up.
So now we know the dimensions of the screen, but we also need to know how far away is it from the 0 point. So what we are doing now is we are defining also where is the 0 point in the studio. That's the really most important thing, so the camera knows where it is in the virtual space. Done. So that takes 1 second to do, which is great. So we need to know the output now.
So the projector we have is 2560 by 1600.
This one, you can see the outer and the inner frustum, we call it. So this is what the camera sees.
Yeah.
And this outside is just for, you know, reflection and everything around. So you can also change this one, default viewpoint, and you should have it as the same angle as the actor, so you get the correct perspective for it.
Okay.
So now we want to link the live link from the Mars, so we have the data to the camera.
Yeah.
So we just add a live link component on the camera. So if you move the camera right now, we should see it moving in the editor. Okay, let's see how it goes.
Oh, hello.
Hello, welcome to the new Views repair shop where I can repair all the stuff that I've broken.
Finally got a little storage.
Yeah, storage, workspace,
Yeah.
for all of the mess that I make.
It's the old light, the aperture light storm panel here.
It's very dark without it, and the light actually flickers sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now we can work in high CRI values.
So the struggle right now is we have a lot of lamps in a small studio. Sorry, Anders.
Yeah, because we have all these big soft boxes and moving the camera a lot.
Yeah. So I think we can add just one at here and just use a super clamp.
Okay.
And that will be perfect.
Yeah.
How does it feel, Anders?
It feels good. I see now that it would be nice if we can get like a little bit more the parallax effect in a way. Change lens to 35.
Yeah, let's try that.
Because then you see there's the more change as well. I can
go there. Yeah, cool. Sure. Let's do that.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. Just fine tuning as we go.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, cool. What do you think?
We're being fine-tuning everything now. Lights in different locations, adjusting the height of the camera. We've been doing something with anti-aliasing and glow, and now it's 4K, not 2K, all that stuff. Whew, it's a lot of details. Maybe we should have a break and go down to Aaron to see what's happening, because he's been down there for 70 hours. I have no idea what's going on, how it's going with him. Should we do that?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay, let's go.
Hi. Here you are. Welcome.
How is it going?
It's going pretty good. We've got 3 painted up. 4th one I've got to carve and paint.
Yeah.
And then we can start doing the dry brush coat on that one over there, because that's actually dry.
Good job.
Please. See you guys soon.
Yeah, see you.
Bye.
10 more hours.
Hey. Nice to meet you all. Hi.
William.
Martina,
James.
nice to meet you.
So, guys, we want to show you the scan that William did.
Yes. Oh!
That looks amazing. Holy shit, I love the integration with the landscape. And the bridge as well.
Yeah. Oh my god. Did you do anything with the textures, or like is everything
It's all, nothing was done, everything is what you did. All your work.
What? This is insane.
That's unbelievable.
Is it easy to show how, if you go from tonight, because today we're shooting some shots like daytime or in like sunset like this, and also we're gonna do some evening.
Whoa. Shit.
That quickly, it's crazy.
Oh my god, I've been wanting to do this like forever. That's amazing.
So yeah, so we're gonna have the armor.
Yep.
We're gonna fine adjust the lights and make everything ready.
Nice.
And then we can start shooting.
Yes. Awesome. All right. Oh my god.
Det är kul. Få se daggaren. Du tar upp daggaren. If you go a little bit back, Martina, as far back as you can, without getting the projector. Yeah. Yeah. And then like take 3 steps towards the camera. Okay, I see. You get into the blue light. Yeah, we need to adjust this. Okay, I want to have you walking towards the camera because that's epic, and then we're gonna move the camera towards you, and then you're gonna say a line.
Nice.
You have to figure out what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Let me think about it. Problem we have now is that you walk into the light because this is supposed to be moonlight. So it's strange that the.
Suddenly, yeah.
I want to just see if we could someone could move the lamp while she walks, so it follows her. She gets like a constant blue moonlight on her. Okay, action. Thank you. So the shot was good. The only thing is that to really get the benefit out of virtual production, we should add more perspective. So we see things in the foreground that moves and stuff like that. So we're adding trees closer to the camera to see if that can help with the effect, the parallax effect.
looking good. So how did it go, the whole thing?
I learned a lot for sure. Painting is not my specialty, so we'll see how this comes up on camera.
Yeah.
Damn, they are big.
Aaron, those are perfect.
Thanks, Anders. I actually slept really bad because I was so worried how it was going to turn out, but seeing it on camera, I think it's come out all right.
Ja. Så att jag kan se lite.
Bra ut det där.
Jag ville bara se det.
You can just start here.
Maybe
Just to lean forward like this.
just a little bit here.
You look at the landscape, and then like enjoy the landscape. It's a happy beginning,
Right.
but then you realize this might be in danger. Like
Okay.
the whole landscape because there's evil forces or something like that.
Okay.
So we shot the first evening shot. Now we're going to go over to the daytime. We have all the aperture lamps in the studio, and with the Sidus Link we can just change everything to daylight. So that's what we're going to do now. Actually now it looks even better when we have 600C lamp we have in the ceiling. Not using tungsten or daylight, but we used colors. So I'm actually adding a little bit of pink color to match the stones, because you can see, as you can see, the stones in the background and the foreground. If I just do daylight like this, the stones in the foreground are a little bit greener in the back. So I'm actually going into colors, and I try to match, adding a little bit of pink. I think this is as good as we can get it, so let's shoot. Okay, so we are doing the last shot now. It's over the shoulder towards the landscape. So so far looks good. William is fine adjusting the lights so it matches the previous shot, because this is the other angle. So the light has to come from the same place. Important thing is that the landscape looks good and that it's credible for the lighting. I'm just thinking about the mountains, the shadows in the mountains.
Over here in the background?
Yeah.
I mean, it's haze, right? It's
Yeah,
over such a big distance, so...
Okay, we're fine adjusting the amount of fog, clouds, the lights, everything, so it matches the studio here. That's the final touch before we shoot. Okay, let's see.
All right.
Ready? Okay. And action. Varsågod.
I think we have it. I think it's...
Good job, everyone. I think we have what we need. So this is going to be exciting. Edit together.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Oh!
You know what? Let's just show them the film. Should we do that?
Yes.
Okay. Here comes the what do you call it?
Final result.
Final result.
Or what should we call the film?
Story about girl and
And the castle. Yeah.
Very epic.
Sounds good. Okay, roll the film. Woo!
From these ancient battlements, I see the sign that signaled the beginning. I must prepare for the battle that awaits and embrace my destiny. The fate of the realm lies in my hands. My legacy gives me strength and purpose. The weapons of old will not only guide me on my path, but be my namesakes in the cause.
The time has come to restore the light to our kingdom. I am the Lightbringer, and I will not fail.
Shadowbagera.
That was a fun project. And if you're wondering about the inside shots, that was actually from a video we made with Nerdforge 2 years ago for Adobe Max. So that was not virtual production, just so you know. But yeah, this was fun, and there's so many ways to go with this and so many ways to improve. So we're going to experiment more, and we also tested shooting handheld, and as you can see, that makes things even more credible because there are more uncontrolled movements, so we can usually get the benefit out of the trackers and the moving dynamic background. Oh, what a project! Thanks to everyone involved. It's so fun to see that when you collaborate as a team with different expertise, you learn so much. I recommend you guys to just contact people, try to collaborate and make something ambitious, because you only live once, you know? So just try and do stuff. I think it's so fun. Well, thanks to our YouTube members for supporting us. Then we can actually make videos that are not sponsored. And if you want to become a member as well, there's a join button below, and then you get access to exclusive videos. And of course, check out William Faucher's channel about Unreal Engine. He's the expert. You can learn a lot on his channel. And also he just uploaded a video about how he scanned the castle, how he put it into Unreal, how he made environments and all that stuff. Check that out. There's probably a link somewhere in the video or in the description. And also go to Nerdforge's channel, of course, to check them out. And last but not least, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, views.no or NDX YouTube, or both. Yeah, that was a lot. I'll see you again next week, actually. That's when a new video comes out. So, ha det bra så lång. Så lång? Ha det bra så lång. Ha det bra så länge. Ha det!